Hello guys, you're welcome back once more. In this particular video I'm going to show you how to cut and sew this trendy bubu style, very trendy and stylish. So guys, if you were interested, you want to see exactly how I got this, how I sew this lovely style, please stick with me to the end of this video, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more videos to come. This is the measurement I'm going to be using for this tutorial, and this is my fabric. Is an Ankara print fabric, or African print fabric, Ankara. And this is the material I'm going to be using to make the long part of this. The name is Oh Baby. I don't know if you've ever heard of Oh Baby. So that is what I'm using to make this. So first of all, I folded my fabric by 4. As you can see, it is folded by 4 with a good measurement of how wide I want it to be. Okay, so I actually used my sleeve to get the wideness of how I want this to be, because the sleeve is kind of determinant here. Okay, so I have my length. My length is not up to how long I want it, so I'm going to join the remaining pieces. So I'm coming down by 8 inch here, but this 8 inches to the front, so I'm just going to go on and just draft for the both side, just the back, 4-inch wide, okay, and 1 inch deep. So this is how the back is going to be. So sorry, I'm making this 1.5, but you can make it 1 inch, okay, but 1.5 will bring a more better balance, more better, like instead of pushing it too high on your neck or too low, it creates a more good balance. So we are going to be drafting on this directly like so. As you can see already that we are drafting. So this is for my sleeve. I have 14 inch. So just like I said, the sleeve is a good determinant for making a bubu. A bubu, you know that we have a sleeve, a kind of big sleeve. It will determine it, and then your hip. Those are the two major determinants. So guys, I'm coming down by 11 inch. From the point of my sleeve, the 14 inch I measured, I came down by 11 inch. Then I went in by 1 inch just to shaping the mouth of the sleeve to have a more boo-boo kind of look. Okay, just pay close attention. You are just going to understand it perfectly. At some point my video will stop recording, so I have to replay again, so that's why it seems like it's cutting, and so this is my 1 inch shoulder shaping. Don't forget to always do this, it's very, very necessary. Okay, so I came down by 11 inch. You can come down by 12 inch or 13 inch depending on how you want your sleeve to be wide. Okay, when I mean wide, I mean how you want it to, the wideness of your sleeve. So I came in by 1 inch again. Now that is just for my bubu. Then this is 14 inch for my waist. That is half length. So this bubu is not mine, it's a customer order. So she's a kind of smallish in stature, so 14 inch for the half length. So the next thing I'm going to do now after this is to go ahead and get my waist. So from this particular point of the half length, I'll just take 8 inch down, and I have my waist, my hip line. Please, I'm sorry about that, I'm getting my hip line. Okay, so I made a little observation that I'm not working with the exact waist half length, so that is, I'm going to recorrect it now, which is 15 inch instead of 14 inch. So that is what you're seeing me drawing extra, just like I'm actually going to take off the first line, which is the 14 inch. So I'm coming down from this point of the 15 inch, I'm coming down by 8 inch to get my hip line. Just follow exactly what you see me do. You're going to come out very nice at the end, trust me. So I've divided my hip measurements by 4 and I have 9 inch. Then I'm adding extra 5 inch to it. I'm adding 5 inch. This 5 inch is plus 1 inch allowance. So in other words, the excess I'm adding on my waist is 4 inch. Okay, like I say, this person is not on the big side, she's just a petite lady. So in order for the bubu to have that bubu-ish look, to be fuller, so I'm using 4 inch. Okay, but if you are in the big side, you can decide to use 3 inch or lesser. So I'm bringing down the exact measurement I have on the hip down to this side. I'll just go ahead and connect it. So when I mean just exactly the way you see me do it, just the exact measurement including the 5 inch, that is 9 inch plus 5 inch, you bring exactly the same thing down to the hem and connect it just the way you see me do. Then I'll go ahead and connect it back to the shoulder, back to the armhole. So I'll connect it to the armhole. So guys, basically we have finished drafting the bubu. For this one is more like, I say we have finished drafting both for front and back. So the only thing we are going to do now is I'm going to remove one piece from the other. Remember, before that, this fabric into 4, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out first. And as you can see, I finished cutting it out. So the next thing I'll do is to remove just one piece, that is, and then I've done that, and this is it. So I'm just going to go ahead and reshaping for my neckline, that is for the front neckline. And for my front neckline, I'm using 8 inch for this particular bubu. So I'm just using 8 inch, as you can see, and I'm drawing it to connect. Remember, from the onset I already marked that. So from the point of view 8 inch, I'm going in like this by 2 inch. That is to help us get the colored mixture on the center part, the center front. Okay, that's style line. I like to call it style line, no, just that mixing of a different fabric there. So I'm going to be taking out this 2 inch. I'll take out this 2 inch so that we use the other one, the other fabric, to apply. So after I finish getting my 2 inch like this, as you can see the way I'm going about it, connect it to the point of the neckline like this. I'm just going to go ahead and shaping it to meet down to the armhole. So guys, this is how it looks after shaping. Please bear with me. Like I say, my video ends up by just suddenly stop off, and then I will have to turn it back again. So sometimes I don't know until I go back, until I check it. So just follow just the way you saw me curve mine, the way you are seeing me curve it, that is how you just do curve yours, just like that. So I'm rolling this in so that I will know the point of my neck, that's the 8 inch. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out now as quick as possible. So guys, that is it. So this is the front view, this is how it looks. Okay, so I'm just going to notch this point of the 8 inch. So please note, 8 inch is very good and standard, but you might have to extend it lesser, or you might have to even make it 7 inch depending on the person you are making for. So I'm notching my waist because of my pocket. So when I want to add the patch pocket, I'll be needing that notch. So this is the back, so I'm placing it on it, as you can see. And what I want to do now is I'm going ahead to start joining on. For those of you that are still waiting for us to finish cutting, I've already finished cutting on. It's sharp. So I'm notching the center back of my back. So this is the notch, and I'm just going to take the front and join it shoulder by shoulder. So from there, I will go ahead and apply the other fabric in the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and join it. Okay, make sure you place it properly the way you see me placing. Make sure it is in order. You don't want a messed up work. So I'm sewing this by half inch. So if you look at the line open, you will see that it's up to 4 inch. I've equally notched the point where my neckline stopped, which is the 8 inch, so that when I'm sewing this, it will not be an issue for me. And like I said, depending on how big you are, how busty and all that, you might have to come down more than 8 inch. You might come down by 9 inch or 10 inch. Okay, so but I think 8 inch will be perfect for this my customer that I'm making this for. Okay, so now I've gotten the other fabric, as you can see, and what I'm doing is I'm folding it to get a 6 inch. Now I folded it into two, so I'm looking for three. So this 3 by 3, you know, I'm referring to 6 inch. So you can decide to make it 5 inch, so that when you join, it will balance at the 4 inch that you took out. But I would advise you to go for 6 inch, so in case of any scarcity, you will not be left wanting of fabric. Okay, so this is it. I'm making sure that it is 3 inch. Okay, so that when I cut it out, I have exact 6 inch. So I'll go on now and cut it out, and I'll cut out like 3 of it. You know, I've gone in to join this particular downside like I told you. Then I've marked the line for my hem, and I'm going to fold it just the way you see me do. I'll make sure I make a very nice and neat folding. Then before I go ahead to do that, I'm going to first of all show you what I'm going to do. I'm taking the measurement from the point of the hem. Remember, I'm going to fold that in. I'm taking it all the way down to my center back. That is the part where I notched. This is the shoulder. Okay, I've got 55 here, and I'm going to extend it down to my center back, which is 59. Okay, so now when you do that, make sure you take a proper measurement from the center back, that part I notched, down to meet with the 8 inch depth I have for my shoulder line. That is the depth of my shoulder. Make sure that you're actually okay with it. Measure yourself from the neck, back of your neck, down to the point you want it to stop, and apply the same on the fabric. If you want it to be, if it comes out longer, you just have to do it longer. So meanwhile, guys, please pay attention to see exactly how I'm showing you how to do the sleeve, go about the sleeve. So I'm retaking this measurement again. This time around, I need to be sure. So from that particular center back to the point of the 8 inch where I stop, I have 15 inch. As you can see, I have 15 inch. Okay, so I have my fabrics like I told you. I cut like 2, and I'm pinning this down. I'm not going to be sewing this yet, so I'm just going to show you exactly how to do it by pinning. The part I've pinned, I'm going to sew it in the machine. So when I place the 2 fabric, I will sew that part I pinned by either 1/2 inch or 3/4. Then this part I'm marking now, that is the 15 inch I took. That is the measurement from my center back, the part I notched, down to the 8 inch. That is the depth. That is what I took there, and I marked a straight line. Mind you, I'm not sewing that particular line. I'm not sewing the straight line. The one I'm sewing now is this vertical line now. That is the one I'm just going to sew, and I'm going to start sewing it from the point of the horizontal line. Okay, I don't know which one you're going to see as horizontal or vertical now, but this one I'm pinning like this is the one I'm sewing. I'm going to sew because that is what will give me you can see, I hope you can see. Just ignore too much talk and be looking at the action. Okay, you will get what you want. So if you can see closely, you notice I've removed the pins from the first line I drew. You notice I've removed the pins. So, and I've left a space for front slit. So in case you want to have a front slit, you can see. So basically it is just like a collar that I'm preparing for this bubu. So you can see how it looks. Okay, because if you go ahead and see after you sew the joining, so if you go ahead and if you measure this now, you have 15-inch. So if you go ahead and sew the part of the 15-inch straight, you will not be able to turn it like this. So that is why you don't sew that part. You will just sew a straight line down from that particular point. So guys, I haven't prepared our collar that is ready. Remember, like I told you, I'm just showing you how to sew this using the pin. Then you go ahead and place it to the notched part of the center back, like this. Just place it the same way you place fabric when you want to sew it. Place it neatly and nicely and sew it round. There is no stress involved in this. Just follow exactly what you see me do. Just sew it like this. This part is very easy and very simple. Okay, so just get creative when you want to place it. So this is just when you place it right, already you have prepared your collar. So all you need to do now is place it and attach it to your fabric, which is not a stress to me or the way I see it. So guys, this is the slit part. Then I'm going to show you exactly how to hem it. That is when you come to the down part now to get a nice finishing touch on the down. So the next thing I'm going to do after hemming, remember I'm going to take in my hem on this side. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now with my collar, I will just be calling it collar so you understand better. So you can choose any way to do this, but this one I'm showing you is very easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold it in like this, and then use a gum stay. Okay, gum stay or hemming gum. Gum stay or hemming gum. Make sure you iron it very neatly so that it will lap. Okay, you put it inside just the way you see me directing. I'm sorry I couldn't bring out the hemming gun to show you the actual part. Just insert it in that place you are folding. That is where you insert it so that you can hold it to lap. See the way I'm struggling now to fold it in. So that is why you need that hemming gun. Then you stitch down. Okay, so I'm just going to pin this so that you can understand what I'm saying clearly. So you see when you do it like that, can you see the outcome? Okay, so that is it. So guys, at this juncture, let me not forget to kindly remind you to please, if you know you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell so that you can be amongst the first to receive updates from me. I have a lot of videos and so many trendy latest styles, videos, combinations you might also want to check out. So please don't forget to check out my other videos. You will love them. Trust me, you will surely love them. So guys, I'm coming down to make my pocket though. So I'm marking the point of the pocket. Remember the time I notched my waist. So now it is useful. We want to make use of it. Okay, so I've gone ahead to mark the lines. So all I did here, which I'm sorry about this, from the point of the waist I came down 2 inch. As I came down 2 inch on the side, I moved in by 2 inch on the side, just moving to 2 inch on both sides. Okay, so as you can see the way I marked it, so that you can have some separation from the middle and from the side. Remember, you're going to join the side with your seam, so you don't want your pocket interfering with that. So this is my pocket, and remember this is the kind of a wide pocket, so that is why you need to create space for it. So this is the back of my pocket. This particular pocket, this is the back. So I'm just showing you now exactly how to go about making a patch pocket. So this is my fabric that I'm going to use to hem it. This is the back of the pocket, the back of the Ankara. In other words, that is the two lines you see with the chalk. Okay, if you're looking at it closely, you see two lines there to indicate the back. So just place it the way you see me place it, exactly like this. Please, like I say, even as you are listening to me, please follow my actions, because that one speaks even louder than my voice. Please follow my actions. So just go ahead and fold it like this, pin it. Everything you see me pinning here, I am sewing it. So if you just see me pin, just know that it's sewing. So the first one I pin, that is to sew by 1/2 inch, then turn it in like this and equally sew on top. So you top stitch it, just top stitch it down. So guys, with that, I already prepared my pocket. So I'm making sure to place this on the line of the 2 inch. Remember, I told you that from the waist I came down 2 inch. So I'm placing it exactly on that line. Then I'm just going to fold the sides, stitch it down, just do general folding and make sure it is neat. You can use pins and pin them and sew it neatly. So just the way you see me folding now. So when you sew the two sides, when you are sewing it, make sure you don't cover up, like you leave like 1 inch to be able to fold the down the way you see me do. So that is it. So guys, that is it for the pocket. That is exactly what I'm going to do. So if you know you enjoy this tutorial, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please support me. I want to grow more. Please support me. All right, thank you. Bye.